So we're going to ask the question. You guys can chime in, 404-741-0929, our Solomon Brothers Diamond text line. Teams in college football are going to be better than what Vegas has put out. Teams in college football that you think are going to be better.
Should we start, out west and work back to the SEC, or do we want to hit them with SEC right off the top?
Bang it from wherever side you want to start, whichever side of the country.
Let's start with the SEC.
Let's do it.
Let's feed the masses.
Okay.
I've got South Carolina. I think South Carolina is going to be pretty darn good this year. I'm trying not to say the H word or the D word anymore. You're welcome. Just for kids in the car and stuff like that. So if I have an occasional flub, it's because I'm trying to clean it up, trying to G up my act here. Although the way we came into this segment flies in the face of that, but
yeah, pretty much.
I'm a complicated guy. But South Carolina, dude, and they've got triplets, okay, in terms of not Aikman and Emmett and Irvin, but you've got Bentley and Rico Dowdell, and you've got Deebo Samuel. You have an infrastructure for a solid offense there in South Carolina. You get 9 wins last year. I think they are 10-win-alicious this year.
Wow.
Not guaranteeing anything, but it would not surprise me if they had double-digit wins. And I think that they're going to give Georgia a hard time in week 2. I hope the Dogs win that game, but I think that is going to be a tussle over there in South Carolina.
The over-under for South Carolina is 7. That's who I actually put down as a team that's going to be over. I think they'll be – I don't know that 10 is the number that South Carolina necessarily gets to in the regular season, but I can definitely see 8 or 9, and then with a bowl game potentially getting to 10 as well. But I would agree South Carolina is the team that I have over in the SEC. What about the ACC, Rick Kamla? I got a feeling we may have the same team in this one.
Give me yours.
Florida State.
We have a different one. I had a feeling you were going to go there. Hit me on Florida State, and I'll hit you on mine.
First of all, 7.5 is the number for Florida State. They were as bad as they've been, I don't know, in my lifetime last year, and they still won 7 games, including a bowl game. They're not going to be as bad this year. Whether Francois is the quarterback or James Blackman, they've got experience back there. I think Cam Akers is a dark horse Heisman Trophy candidate. You know they're going to have talent at wide receiver. They literally walk out their back door and find 4 wide receivers. It's not that hard when you're in the state of Florida. And defensively, I think getting rid of guys like Tavares McFadden and Derwin James, although they were star-ranked players, and Derwin James was a star. Tavares McFadden was a 5-star who never lived up to the billing. I think getting rid of some of the me guys on their defense will make them better. Willie Taggart, they'll go over 7.5. Now, they're not going to win the ACC. They're not even going to win the Atlantic side of the division, but they'll go over 7.5.
So you gave me some great news yesterday. It's Rick and John in the midst of our college football cheat sheet. You told me that Virginia Tech, by hook, crook, tutors, whatever, have figured out the academic issues with their star quarterback, Josh Jackson. Mm-hmm. Giddy up. So I think a lot of people heard that. All right, bye, Virginia Tech. We'll see you next year. Well, if he is under center for that team, they are going to be legit and competitive. I don't think they're winning the ACC, but they're going to be a competitive ball club with Josh Jackson. So I'll say VT.
What's their over-under?
I don't know. I don't have that.
I think it's like 8.5 might be right.
They got 9 last year, Virginia Tech. They were 9-4 overall.
They will open in Tallahassee against Florida State. Labor Day night.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Virginia Tech and Florida State.
Big-time game. Can't wait for that.
Huge game.
Huge game.
And then they've got, I believe they have both Georgia. Virginia Tech is here because we're trying to go to that game, if I'm not mistaken, and then they get Miami at home.
VT is at home against Georgia Tech.
Okay, they have them home.
Yeah, October 25th, okay. ESPN 7:30.
Don't think we'll make that one.
Is that a Thursday joint? I don't know.
Sounds about right.
Let's move around the country, though.
All right, where do you want to go next? Let's go to your favorite conference, the Big 12. The Big 12. Your crew.
3, 2, 1. West Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Bingo.
They're over.
I can't get excited about any of these other teams. I can't get excited about your Longhorns with their player-kissing coach. I can't get excited about Okie State. I can't get excited about TCU.
Neither can their AD.
Exactly.
Now, TCU is one that I look at. They're over under 7.5. Gary Patterson's going to win more than 7.5 games, in my estimation. But West Virginia is at 7.
Too low.
What are they
That's
seeing?
a really good investment opportunity.
What are they seeing that we don't know? Will
Just
Greer's
historically,
back.
they're
David
kind of
Sill's back. They got a kid named Kennedy McCoy going to run the ball for him this year as Justin Crawford's done. That offense is going to sling it everywhere.
Mm-hmm. But I think people historically are looking at West Virginia like, nah, I don't buy those dudes. Kind of like I look at Oklahoma State, John. right? All last year, I was telling Knox Bardeen, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. And I was right, I was right, I was right, I was right. Because Oklahoma State just isn't that team. I think historically they're looking at West Virginia as that team that's just not legit.
I could see when West Virginia 2 years ago won 10 games in the regular season, they're going to be 9-10 good this year.
All right, so we agree on that.
Yeah, what about the Big Ten?
Michigan.
No way.
I know you say no way. That's fine.
I'm not going over 9 with Michigan.
I'm not doing juice box bets on this or anything like that. Phil Steele just told you, me, and us, okay? All of us. Hi, how you doing? We're Kamla. He told all of us that he thought, I said yes, no answer. Are you feeling Michigan? Do you think they're good? That Harbaugh's finally going to beat Meyer and or D'Antonio? And he said yes. And I agree with him. He's got Shea Patterson. He's going to have a killer defense. I think that Dennis Scott is calling me right now. Are you kidding me? Dennis Scott is calling me.
I think we should
Dennis,
take that call.
I'm on the air, bro. Yeah. I'm working with Dennis
Scotty
tomorrow.
Green.
I'm working with Dennis tomorrow up in Brooklyn. But hey, Dennis, I'm kind of working, man. I'll talk to you. Thanks. He's my dude, but yeah, I'm kind of working here. Anyway, that was weird. But John, I got Michigan as the team that's going to be better than we think in the Big Ten.
I'm going to go with Iowa. The Hawkeyes, and I know Dave Archer is going to hit me with a baseball bat because I said their over-under for Iowa is 7.5.
I don't know if they go over that number.
7.5, I do.
They just lost their top cornerback. They do have a nice quarterback. Nathan Stanley is pretty good.
Yeah, I'm going to go Iowa over the 7.5.
They lost their running back, too, Akram Wadley.
Yeah, that's fine. They always are gritty, they're gutty, they're gym rats. They do all those things that
What are you saying?
Kirk Ferentz has been there for 57 years, and he'll go over 7.5. All right, let's go out west. Out west in the Pac-12.
You could make a case here for Arizona with Khalil Tate and Sumlin. You can make a case here for Chip Kelly and UCLA. Oregon with a healthy Justin Herbert. Utah, a lot of people are feeling Utah. They got a lot of returning starters and a good defense and a good coach and Tyler Huntley at QB. But I think Stanford. I think Stanford's the best team.
Stanford.
I don't love Stanford. They're the lesser of 12 evils, or however many teams are in the Pac-12. I guess it would be 12. But they're the lesser of 12 evils. I don't really like any of these teams, John. But you've got Bryce Love coming back. I think people are sleeping a little bit on Stanford.
One of the other investment opportunities I will be handing to Mark Owens is UCLA over 5. Their number's 5. There's no way UCLA with Chip Kelly in year 1 wins less than 5 games. I know they've got questions at quarterback. They've got all kinds of new pieces they're trying to have in there. Bruce Feldman actually had a really good article on UCLA yesterday. But there's no way this guy went 46-7 in 4 years in Oregon. 46-7. Unless all of a sudden he has the bad juju from Philadelphia or San Francisco, they will win more than 5 games this year.
5 is the number on UCLA?
That's the number.
Wow. I will take the over on that pretty heavily, actually. Dude, Chip Kelly didn't go there to go 5-7 in his first year. That ain't happening. That is what's not happening.
They could have kept Jim Mora to go 6-6 with a star quarterback. Well, star-ish quarterback.
Wait, are you throwing shade on Josh Rosen?
Yeah, a little bit.
Why are you throwing shade on Josh Rosen?
Win some games that matter in college.
It was an absolutely fantastic pick by the Arizona Cardinals to snatch him at number 10.
Not knocking
He should have gone ahead of Josh Allen in the draft. Should I continue?
Yeah, that's fine. Win some games that matter in college.
So this is what Josh Rosen has to work with in Arizona. Check this out. He's got Larry Fitzgerald. Both John and I put Fitz in our Mount Rushmore of all-time NFL wide receivers. You have Christian Kirk of Texas A&M. And they went and stole Bryce Butler from the Dallas Cowboys. You know, the touchdown guy that they never played but always made big plays?
Yeah.
Pretty good trio of wide receivers there for Josh Rosen in AZ.
That's fine. Again, my thing is going to college, win a game that matters. Don't beat Texas A&M because that didn't really matter because both your coaches got fired.